Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to this week trading recap video. So this week I only took three trades. I took a trade on gold that resulted to a break even. I have a trade in Aussie CAD that's looking pretty good in profit. I think it's about 2% or so. And I'm also in Euro Kiwi. It's running about 1% or so. So let's take a look into them. Let's go through what my approach are on these trades, and then my management, my stop loss, my take profit, etc. So let's starting off with gold. Gold was my first trade of this week. I've been kind of talking about gold for a month now. Those of you who follow me on different platforms, especially seeing that there's a higher time frame potential completion of this flag slash channel continuation correction, and that is always my bias from a higher time frame approach, and how the lower time frame is moving. It's in this latest kind of bit. It gives us that confluence, to give us that confirmation. So here on the lower time frame, we have this kind of a descending channel, falling wedge kind of sort of correction, pushing the price down very correctively, and suddenly we have this sharp bullish impulse to upside. So clearly we know that this is a reversal structure, and we're having a strong bullish push to the upside. So pretty much a trend change from a lower time frame perspective, and I was looking to see if there's going to be any lower time frame continuation. So in this case, we see that price form kind of a flag, kind of a channel like correction, and I just set an entry order here just above the correction, and then set a stop loss below, $15 or so for stop loss, and then price takes me in, and then eventually pushes up. And that's the time when I was looking in, and from a high time frame perspective, I knew that my first target would be to the top of this structure here, so the beginning of this correction, and then to the top of the higher time frame channel. So pretty looking forward to hold it for longer term if the price gives me enough confluence, enough confirmation. However, when I was looking at this back, price initially pushed the upside, and then I was looking to see if there's more going to be continuation. They're just going to push the price higher. Instead, what we get here is what I call a reversal impulse on the lower time frame. So pretty much price started dropping down, and then when I woke up during this time, it was during New York session or so, price is kind of back to my uh, beginning of my entry now. And I was looking to see if this is going to form some sort of continuation correction from a bearish move perspective, and then I will decide to move my stop loss to break even. So in this case, price pretty much stay consolidated to pretty much beginning of Asian session. And when I start seeing this sign from the market that there's a consolidation here after this reversal impulse, then I move my stop loss to break even. I still have the bias to go long on gold, but I can't, ignore what the lower time frame is telling me, because that's my management approach when it comes to things like this. I rather take a setup for break even, and then look for bigger opportunity if the price forms, some sort of bigger correction, and we can still buy on gold once a bigger correction finish. But I'm not going to, see what the lower time frame is telling me and ignore the fact that, hey, there is a short-term bearish momentum coming into the market, and the trade that you have here may or may not be able to hold on to. And this is pretty much in this example, price kind of eventually pushed down further, and if I didn't set it to break even, I would have taken a full loss here. So looking back at this, when I do my journal, I certainly felt that was the right approach on this, and but right approach on this and in this way to kind of protect my capital, and we don't take unnecessary losses. And it's always within my management to understand that even though the price did not push up this first time, but if we see some sort of higher time frame structure pairing with this lower time frame continuation, then we might see further upside from the price. And that's always something I never just kind of forget about it, because that's always something that price can do. We did have a bullish impulse to the upside, and this can just form a deeper correction, but still a continuation correction for this bullish move, and then still resume the upside move afterwards. Okay, so that's the first trade of the week. That's on gold. Let's look into second trade of the week, which is Aussie CAD. So Aussie CAD, let's look at the higher time frame first. Higher time frame, I mentioned about liking what price is doing to this top here. This is a potential double top area, and price in this last bit of the latest bit of the price is forming what I call a rising wedge, so a reversal structure that we're used to seeing. And going down to the lower time frame, what do we have here? Well, this rising wedge pushing the price up, and then we pretty much have an impulse reversal structure, and then a reversal impulse down. So the reversal impulse down is very strong, and we just formed a continuation correction, making this impulse, correction, impulse, pretty much impulse out of this higher time frame wedge. So it gives you a very good confluence that the bearish market is very likely to continue. And this is what I was kind of looking at Aussie CAD. I was also looking at Kiwi CAD as well. And I thought Aussie CAD just had a little bit better price action. We had a bearish push down and then pretty much a pullback, or what we call a continuation correction. So looking like it's like a channel, or you can say an ascending channel usually, but what we usually see ascending channel is moving on the top for a reversal, but in this case, because it was followed by an impulse, to me, this is just a continuation correction structure. And for me, this time, it comes out in this shape this time, and then I was looking for further downside. So if we go to the lower time frame, we have that kind of a channel, ascending channel correction pulling back, and then a impulse out of that ascending channel, and I was looking for a lower time frame continuation. Again, this is what I look for all the time in the market, what I call correction after breakout. We see this play out all the time. We see that a lot of these prices move out impulsively once it breaks out of some correction, and there's going to be a quick lower time frame continuation, and the next impulse happens. So again, I just set an entry order. That's always my management approach. So set an entry order from the price, and then just set a stop loss above this correction. And in terms of target, I was looking at this is the bottom of this correction here is certainly the first target I will look at. So it's probably going to be about 3 to 1 or so already. And then the second target I was looking for is to see if the price have enough momentum to this bottom here, that the previous low that the price had a correction on before the next impulse. So that is how my target is. It's hitting about first target already, so I'm already at break even. I'll adjust the stop loss accordingly. But long-term approach-wise, I'm looking to see if we can either get to this bottom or the beginning of that higher time frame wedge. So let's see how the price give us in the upcoming days and weeks. So last trade I took, which is on Euro Kiwi. Euro Kiwi, I've been talking about Euro Kiwi for quite some time because if you guys recall last week, I actually took 2 additional Euro Kiwi trade that all resulted in break even. And that is how it is with this kind of approach, with my kind of management. I will take a little bit more break even when price hasn't give us any confirmation from a bullish impulse, and it's best to protect my capital to have a break-even trade so that you don't get stuck into a losing trade. And I went over these in my last weekly outlook, so feel free to watch that to see my entries on Euro Kiwi. But looking to me in this last day or so, it gives me another very good bullish price action to looking for that buy again. So let's start off from the higher time frame. You will recall that I talked about that there is a potential double bottom that the price is reacting to. So all this price action, we're right back to the bottom here already. And how the price gets there on the lower time frame is very crucial. We see that even on a higher time frame, this descending channel is pretty noticeable. So we know this kind of descending channel, it is a reversal correction, a reversal structure that we often see in the market. And if we zoom into the lower time frame, so we see the same kind of a descending channel on the higher time frame pushing the price down. Looks like there was a impulse correction and we're supposed to impulse down more. And what I don't see is there's no continuation correction to push the price lower, except what we're getting here is a strong bullish impulse out, followed by there is a continuation correction. And we always talk about that these descending channel pairing with lower time frame bullish price action gives you a very good possibility for that strong bullish reversal, and this can lead into that higher time frame reversal impulse. And this is what that's why I was able to look for a couple of trades here, because I think I see the price has a very good price action for that bullish reversal. There's a few entries here that I personally took, and this latest bit of the price, which is what got me into it again, is that impulse correction, impulse, and then we start forming this very tight, very clean kind of a flag channel structure. And you can see price isn't moving up and down too much, but what it is doing is correcting the price. And again, we have that latest bit of that lower time frame correction, have a kind of a small lower time frame channel, descending channel pushing down, and within this kind of a flag channel structure, and then an impulse up followed by correction. Again, continued correction after breakout entry, and setting my entry order here, set my stop loss below, and initially price was consolidating a little bit, but looks like it's pushing up now. And my first target would be kind of the highs of this correction area. I think it's about 421 or so, but ultimately I do see price have enough momentum to push all the way up to the beginning of this correction for a pretty decent, 10 to 1 or so or more in this example. So 3 trades of this week: Euro Kiwi running about 1%, AUDCAD running really good, about 2% or so, and gold was the trade that I got stopped out on. Okay, so here it is, guys, for the weekly trading recap video for this week, and then I will do a weekly trade outlook live stream, usually on Sunday night and Monday morning, and I've been seeing crypto has been moving as well, so I will go over those in my weekly outlook. So feel free to watch that whenever you can. So thank you very much, everyone, for tuning to this one, and chat with you guys next time. Thank you.